You are now listening to the smooth sensations and high vibrations of Alex, host of the best relationship channel on YouTube. Alex, drop them gems on us.
Got a big bag, let me bang. Show me where your friends at, we can flip that. Let me put you on the game. 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 I'll show you where the red at, where the blue at. Show you where they flip that, where they bitch at. Let me put you on the game. Let me put you on the game. Let me put you on the game. Let me put you on the game right now.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Shout out to the Elite Fleet. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can become a member of Elite Fleet. This is a question I get asked all the time, so I'm going to try to put it into layman's terms, as simple as possible for y'all to be able to understand. I try to make complex things a little bit simpler so you guys can get it, and that is why women keep ghosting me, why I can't keep nobody in rotation, okay? Why I always got to go out here and get new women, why can't I keep women around? All the same thing, basically, okay? Why aren't women sticking around, all right? Now, there's two main things that you need for women to decide to stick around to you, right? And they encompass many things, but again, I'm going to make it simple. Now, there's a third one, but we're going to talk about the third one last, and there's a reason for that. When we start to talk about it, you're going to understand the reason, all right? So, two things, lifestyle and family, all right? Now, I made these big because I'm going to give general synopsises of them, okay? You want a more thorough breakdown? I did a video probably about a year ago where I talked about keys to submission, where I really get intricate about what family means, what lifestyle means, and the part it plays when you're dealing with the opposite sex, right? But for this sake of this video, we're going to keep it simple. Plus, I want y'all to check that one out because it was a really good video, okay? So, what's lifestyle? Lifestyle, put simply, is the lifestyle you live and how she can fit into it. AKA, what can you do for her, okay? And not in a prostitute style, as in, here's $200, top me off, or here's $500, bend over. Nah, I'm talking about, when I say lifestyle, these are the dudes who putting chicks on yachts. When I say lifestyle, these are the dudes who taking chicks up to rooftop lounges, okay? 5-star restaurants. These are the dudes who just popping up and going on vacation. Hey, you want to go to Miami? Hey, you want to go to LA? Hey, you want to go to Dominicano, Republicano, whatever the case may be, right? These are the guys picking them up in Porsches. These are the guys picking them up in Maseratis. These are those types of guys, okay? High-end Mercedes, okay? Not C-Class, stuff like that. That's the lifestyle guys. These are basically guys who take them to the penthouse. These are the guys who are giving them a lifestyle they cannot achieve on their own. And they can't just go out there and get, right? We all know women have a bunch of options, but you don't have a bunch of options of dudes who live in a penthouse, drive a Porsche, can take you on vacation at a whim, all right? And take you up to 5-star restaurants like it's nothing, like it's McDonald's. Ain't gonna be too many of them cats. So this will make women stick around. This will make them be in a rotation. This will make them be your friend with benefits. This will make them stick around for a while, right? This will also give you time to vet. If you're trying to vet for a relationship, they'll stick around longer and allow you more time to vet them if you have this, all right? These really aren't in order. They're both equally important, so I'm not going to say number 2. But next is family, all right? Now, what's family? In layman's terms, like I said, I got another video if you want to get deeper into it. But in layman's terms, the family man is essentially boyfriend material and husband material, right? So this is the guy who is like her best friend. You guys have a great connection. You have a lot of things in common. You make her laugh. You make her smile, right? But you also got that masculinity to you as far as you show leadership skills, okay? She always learns something when she's talking to you, whether that be about investments, fixing things, okay? You could be a problem solver for her, okay? She's seen you around kids, or you already have a kid, and you seem like you have good dad skills, or she knows you have good dad skills. You're stable, all right? Or you have a career path with high potential, to go up higher than you are or become stable if you're not quite there yet, okay? You know how to connect emotionally to her, all right? You actually spend time talking with her, getting to know her. Her friends like you. You're the guy she can bring home. You're the guy she wants to have kids with. You're the guy she wants to have a family with, okay? Again, women will stick around for this too. They'll be friends with benefits for this. They'll be in your rotation for this. And again, they'll allow themselves to be around for long enough for you to properly vet them if you have those qualities, okay? This could also be broken down into masculinity, which I've also talked about in several different videos, all right? So this could be broken down into that as well, all right? So if you got one of these two things, either the family man, boyfriend material, or you got the lifestyle down, that's going to open the door for you to not get ghosted. It's going to open the door, okay, for you to have a rotation. It's going to open the door for you to have a friend with benefits. It's going to open the door for you to keep your options around long enough so that you can pick the best one and you can weed out the BS, all right? Because if you have these two things, women will sit for long enough to where if there's a fatal flaw, red flag, it'll eventually come out. If you don't have one of these two things, you're going to have a hard time unless you got this. Now, this is the third thing that I said I was going to bring up last, and that's pipe game, right? Pipe game, your stroke, you can call it whatever you want. It's a whatchamacallit. Doesn't matter what you call it, but that'll keep them around too. Now, I put this one last for a reason. This guy gets the most hype. This is the last spot you want to be, guys. It's better to be lifestyle guy or family guy before you pipe guy, and here's why. Yeah, pipe guys can keep women in a rotation. Yeah, pipe guys can be friends with benefits. Yeah, women will stick around for longer with pipe guys, but generally speaking, not all the time, generally speaking, if you're the pipe game guy, if you're the stroke guy, if you're the one who put it down in the bedroom, that's probably all you're good for. A lot of the time, this guy is what they call a Dirty D Rodney, okay? Or a Chad or a Tyrone or whatever the case may be. This is a guy who he's good for that one thing. He might be well endowed or he might just be really aggressive in the bedroom, whatever, right? But he's not really good at anything else. Most of the time, he's not going to be the family man. Most of the time, he hasn't had a lifestyle either, right? You talk to enough women, they'll tell you, most dudes with money, pipe game ain't that good. I think a lot of that has to do with, one, they're busy, and two, they don't really care for their pipe game to be good because they got money. And the family men, a lot of time, that's kind of where the loving side can come back to bite them in the butt because a lot of them don't understand the balance between making love and blowing backs out, right? The pipe guy, generally, it's not a dude you will bring around your family, really even your friends. You gotta keep him behind closed doors. You know, you just call him up for that one thing, which presents several problems. Problem number one, when you're the pipe guy, you can't call a woman when you want her to come through. The family man can call a woman at any time and she'll show up. Why? Because she wants a relationship with him. She wants a family with him. She wants to be married to him, right? So she feels a certain level of submissiveness to this man. So if he says at 8 o'clock, hey, what are you doing? I really want to come see you. I had a long day. She's going to come. If he calls her up and says, I want a home cooked meal, can you cook something for me? She's going to cook it, right? Same with the lifestyle guy. The lifestyle guy can call a woman up at 1 a.m. on a whim and say, hey, you know, you're not doing nothing, come see me. She's going to come. Lifestyle guy can call her up and say, hey, this weekend you're coming with me to Los Angeles. She's going to go. Hey, can you come over? I need you to help me clean up the house. She's going to come. She's going to do it. Pipe man can't do any of that. Pipe man, and she calls him. The thing you guys gotta understand about women, right? Yeah, they have a high level of sexuality, but at the same time, when it comes to the pipe man, he's generally, again, very aggressive and probably well endowed. So they want that at certain times. So because of that, what ends up happening is he can't call them on demand. Not all the time, before y'all say in the comments, but most of the time. He can't call them on demand. They call him when they want him. And because they don't even really want to be seen with this dude, he doesn't really have any use to them besides that, he doesn't really get any submission. This is why a lot of the times I'll tell you guys the downside of being the bad boy, the hood guy, whatever you guys want to call it, is if you really pay attention to how women treat them, they talk to them like they're little boys, and they show them very little to no submission, right? And they do that because they know that's all the guy's good for. That's it. Like, that's all he can do. So they don't take him serious. They don't really care if he stops talking to him or any of that, right? These two guys get way more respect most of the time than this guy does. These two guys can have the woman on call. This guy cannot. All right, he just has to take it when he can get it. Now, he'll get it from a lot of different chicks, because trust me, they talk just like dudes do. So again, it has its benefits. And he will get put in rotation. He will be able to come back, but he can't come back on demand. He can't come back when he wants to. He doesn't really have a real rotation. He has a bunch of women who, when they're single, or when they just need that thing, they'll come to him. That's basically what he has, all right? But you gotta have one, at least one of these three things, or you have nothing. That's just real talk, right? So if you're just let's say you're a nice guy, but you don't have all the other straight to the family, man. she's probably going to ghost you, or she's going to skedaddle off and find a better option, okay? Let's say you got decent money, but not lifestyle level money, right? Or you're not trying to spend it. She's going to skedaddle off and find a better option, all right? Pipe game, the other downside of the pipe game, which actually kind of just popped in my head, but this is a gem. The other downside of this, they never really know this until you get to that point. All right, now, again, you might have caught her at a kickback. You might have caught her after a party. She might have heard about you through the grapevine, because like I said, it does happen with a lot of these guys. But most of the time, if you are well endowed, and you can put it down, you got to kind of get to that point, right? And then she realizes these other things aren't there, but you got that, right? So that's another thing. It kind of takes more to get here, because, again, unless it's word of mouth, she don't really know that you got this until you got these two. Now, if you can get all three, right? If you got 1, 2, 3, that's when you become an unstoppable force. You can do whatever the hell you want to. And the only thing that's going to ever stop you or hold you back is yourself, when you just decide you want to settle down. Obviously, that's the trifecta. You will prefer to have all three, right? But at the end of the day, you got to have at least one, all right? Again, if you can have 2, that's perfect. If you can have all 3, that's great. But you gotta have at least 1. So if you're finding a hard time getting friends with benefits, you're finding a hard time building a rotation to get women to stick around, they're constantly ghosting you, they just skedaddle off to the next opportunity, you don't know why, chances are you're lacking in one of these 3 areas in some way, shape, or form, right? Some way, shape, or form. So that's the layman terms breakdown of that. If you wanted to get more in depth, you can send me an email. On top of financial consultations, I also do relationship consultations. I also do personal coaching. So you can send me an email, tell me a little bit more about your specific situation, and we can break it down to yours. But in layman terms, guys, 9 out of 10 times it's going to be one of these 3 issues, and that's why you're having a problem, all right? I am Malex, and I am out. Peace.